I met a gypsy.
They didn't tell me the ratings because the money would have changed dramatically. So the first time I ever knew was Hulk Hogan hosted a show on Howard Stern's channel, and they said that he got, I think it was like 40,000 phone calls in an hour, and it was the most phone calls Sirius XM had ever got from a radio show. So I went on the air and was like, let's call the show. Like, I want to talk to everybody. And I got 87,000 phone calls in 1 hour. And when my boss told me that, I was like,
that means
that at least, I mean, if it's 80, not all people called.
Yeah.
People were listening that didn't call. It's going to be like at least 300,000, you know? Like trying to do the math, but it's like, no, man, it's like 3 million people listen to that show every day, 5 days a week.
Was it better that you didn't know that it was that big for a while?
It's always been better that I didn't know I was good.
Yeah.
It's my addictions.
Yeah,
If he had to pay me $100 million, I would have died. If skateboarding had to pay me $20,000 a month, I would have died. The only reason I didn't die is because I didn't have any money for another bag of cocaine. All my skateboard friends knew this. Like, I didn't make a lot of money from skateboarding, but at the time, if you had given me Danny Way money, I would have OD'd.
Yeah.
Because I just would have kept going. Like I never had a bag of cocaine in the morning. You know, like when I got coke, I did it.
Yeah.
And if it went for 2 days, then I stayed awake for 2 days.
Yeah, you just
if
did
I
it
got
until
lucky
it was
and got an
gone.
8-ball, then we're awake for 3 days.
Yeah. You can't put it back in the packet, as they say.
Oh, yeah, never. I could never do any of that stuff. I wasn't capable. Same with the radio show. Like, there was a lot of money in it. But by then, the kids, you know, when my daughter was born, that was like I stopped doing hard drugs when she was born. And then my wife at the time, bless her heart, she tried so hard. That was part of my apology the other day. It was like, you tried so hard, you know? But I was like, I was a monster. I couldn't see past it. I didn't drink. I didn't cheat because she was going to catch me. She was too good at catching me. So I knew I couldn't get out of it. So I was just basically like,
just a fucking caged lion.
So like when we broke up, I was just like, wow. And then I met a girl that was like, we should have threesomes. I was like, we should?
We
and
for
you
sure
should do porn with me. I'm like, we should? Yeah. Like, you should smoke again. You should drink again. And then off the rails for another 10 years. Not her fault. Not blaming her at all. It was more, I was trying to find somebody that was like that.
Yeah.
So that I could live this thing that I thought I was born to be. I thought I was born to be that, dude.
Yeah.
That's the other catastrophe in my life. I'm just happy that I'm past it. But like, I was just all about, like, I was like, at one point, I'm a polyamorous homo who just takes all the drugs and drinks and does it. Everybody should do me at once. I will do 100 people right now, not lying. Or I want to wake up and just do it. And then fall asleep for a little bit and wake up and do it again. That's what I'm born to do. The rest of it is just a fight.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, man, I guess I'll not do sex and drugs. Like, I was just like, but what I really want to do, what really makes me happy is that.
This is who I am.
Yeah. And so I used to tell her. Because she was like, it got to the point where she's like, you're out of control. I can't deal with you. And I was like, you wanted to have an open relationship. She's like, not that open. Like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
And I look back and I'm like, man, I got to
like the fucking borders in 2024.
Old me would have been mad at that. But I'm like, yeah, man, maybe you might be right. Things have changed dramatically in my head, dude.
But you are the story you tell yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and if the story, and if you don't even know that if you don't even know you're telling yourself a story, and if you don't even know that you're living the story that like the story of you now is, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't cheat on my missus, I eat clean. Like, you're telling, it's just a new story, and you believe a new story.
Well, here's the interesting thing. This is how it all happened, right? I'm praying. And I don't really want to, but I'm praying because my sponsor told me to. So every morning I get in a 3-point stance and I pray because one of my sponsors told me that. Gets me fired up. I 3-point stance and then I get fired up after I pray. I'm praying and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to, man. This is insane. I'm out in the backyard, my shorts on, looking like a dickhead. You know what I mean? But I'm doing it every day, and I know I'm going to the ramp today to skate with Tony, and I'm going to push it a little bit. So I get down on my 3-point stance and I go, God, you know, I know I'm not supposed to ask stuff for myself, but like, if you could just keep me safe today, because I'm going to push it a little bit. that'd be much appreciated. Just also, I just want to help people stay sober. Thank you for my sobriety. I get up, fired up, let's go. I go to the ramp. I slip out on an alley-oop backside Smith grind, and I get knocked out. Out. Like gone. No one's home for a minute. Tony's always been there since I've been knocked out recently because I've been knocked out 4 times in the last 2 years. So when I wake up, it's Tony Hawk going, hey, man, where are you? And I, at this point, because it was like the 3rd time, I think, that I'd seen Tony say this to me, and I'm like, fuck. I'm at the ramp. And he's like, oh, why are you here? And I was like, to do a podcast with you. And he's like, okay, good, because I've been asking you this for 15 minutes and you weren't saying that. No. And I was like, oh, no. So, and I'm thinking to myself, man, did I not pray? Take it easy today, dude. Is this your fucking retort? Take it easy. Hey, are you? Who are you? Like, shit, dude. And then I get in my car to drive home after everyone's like, you're good. You're not doing a podcast today, dude. You need to go home. I'm like, fair enough.
Yeah.
I get in the car and a voice goes to me, kill yourself. And I go, no. And it's like, no, seriously, Jason, it's enough. Just kill yourself. And I was like, wow, that is like a really scary voice that I'm hearing. But I've been knocked out a lot in my life. And I know that when I get knocked out, there's a depression part where the darkness is louder. I've cried in the shower or when it rains after a concussion. That's just like a head injury. That's part of life. And then it's like whispering, kill yourself. And I'm like, okay, dude, that's fucking creepy. No, I will not. And thanks a lot, God. Like, I say, take it easy. And now this guy's telling me to kill myself for 2.5 hours on the way back to LA. Nice. Good deal. And I get back to the house. I'm by myself in this house, dude. Sitting up, I got a divorced guy going through financial difficulties. You know what I mean? And it's spinning that all that is a thing.
Fuck.
And this voice every couple minutes is saying, kill yourself. And I'm like, no, because there was a time there, I don't want to get too into it, but there was a time there when it was real bad where there was a gun on the table. And I was like, I got kids. But I would put it on the table every morning and be like, what else is, what's the point? You know, like, give me a reason. That's another reason why I got sober, because I was like, this is getting way out of control.
Yeah, because it can go bad quick.
Yeah, and I'm, I'm committed, So, like, if I'm going to do something, I'll do it. So anyway, this voice is going on. I'm arguing with it. I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning, and a voice goes to me. This is me. It's my voice.
Can you hear it? Like,
fuck yeah.
Like,
I've always. This is not a good thing, but
no. I'll ask a follow up after this.
All right,
as to why I'm asking that.
Okay, so a voice goes, "Hey man, you're all right. Like, you got a concussion. You're in the dark a little bit. Just rest. Take it easy. Go in the cold plunge. You're gonna be all right." And I was like, that is not the same voice as the other one. And I was like, that's God. And the other one is the devil. And I'm trying to make it, these are not people that I'm saying, this is Jesus and this is Satan. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm happy if you do. That's great. The good is telling me something, and the bad is telling me something. And my whole life, I've had these voices, but I didn't know who was who. And from this day on, it's never been clearer who they are. Which? So now, I still hear them. One of them I laugh at, and the other one I abide to. And since then, everything's been fucking easy. And it's just like, hey, like, why would you want to do that? That's just going to hurt someone's feelings. And I go, yeah, totally, good point. Or, hey, man, like, who's going to know? And I'm like, I'm going to know. And then I'm going to wake up and hate myself for it. Fuck off. And now that voice, very rarely does it say anything. But when it does, it gets laughed at. And the other one is God. In my mind, it's God. My higher power is saying, this is what you should do, Jason. I know it's me, but from that concussion, another reason why I believe in praying is I prayed to take care of me. He did.
Yeah.
It did
was
take
in a
care
very
of me.
strange way.
But that's the only way I learned, dude. And it knew that. I'm not going to learn the easy way. it's got to be through something catastrophic for me to go, like, dude, 3 hours and then like another 5 hours in my house by myself with a voice in my head whispering, kill yourself. I was like, and I'm not a guy that calls people, like, I'm like, what am I going to do? Call someone, tell them there's a voice whispering in my head, kill myself? I'll keep that to myself, But then when I woke up in the morning, there was something else that said something to me. And I'm like, I hear you.
Yeah.
I know. And I pray with conviction now. Like, I know I'm talking to something.
Yeah.
And I know, like I said, I don't care what it is or what it wears or if it's a guy or a girl or anything. I don't believe in any of that shit. I just know that I am being heard. I don't even know if I might be just talking to myself, but I believe in myself. I believe in who I'm talking to, and my what I want is pure. It's only got good intentions. And if any of that stuff starts to enter my mind, I know what that is. I'm like, I've been down your road. I've lived that my whole life, and look where it got me. Look at the people that I love that I've hurt. Never again, dude. You are never going to be close to touching me ever again. I'm only going this way. And it gets better every day for it.
Yeah.
But that was like the biggest, like, where I was like, wow. And then now I hear it where it's just so clear. Even, it's like, don't do that. Just go home today. And I go, good choice. Because that's the thing we were talking about earlier about doing the jumps and facing stuff where I'm like, part of the devil has helped me.
Yeah.
Like there was a time there where he was, turn yourself tough. Because that's from people molesting me. I built this. Like, I've been to therapy. I'm not a scary person. I'm a terrified person. But I built this to protect that 5-year-old kid. You will not touch Jason again. You touch Jason, this guy's here, and he will fucking end you.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary. It's over. It's gone. But there was a time there where I psychologically built this puff up. It's all smoke, dude.
Yeah.
Not a tough guy. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. Even the last MMA fight I had, like, I didn't want to hurt the guy. He just wouldn't tap. So I broke his arm, but I said tap.
Kimura or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and I kept working on it. I beat it with there's like 2 seconds left in the third round. But the whole time, once I got it past, I was like, tap, bro, dude, tap.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't tap. He started screaming, and the ref pulled me off. But when they pulled me off, I was like, dude, and the ref pushed me away. I was trying to see if he was okay. Because I don't go, bang, suck it, motherfucker. Like, I'm not that guy. I was like, it went like, started snapping, and I was like, tap, dude, tap. I felt bad. Because I'm not, that's why I know I'm not a good fighter, because good guys are like, I'm going to break your shit.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.